Next, I would like to introduce my friend Priya Patel. She will be attending BLS next year. She is also on the debate team and she loves to talk. Please give a warm welcome to Priya Patel.
Thank you, Hina, for giving a wonderful speech about the internet and introducing me. Today, I'll be talking about debate. The 3 points that I'll be addressing today are debate practice, the actual debate, and how debate was useful. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school?
Yeah.
It's fine, he woke up.
Cool, awesome.
That was a good one.
Debate. The first 3 things that come in my head when I hear the word debate are politicians, arguments, and news. We had an after-school program which taught us how to debate, and then we would debate against other people from other schools. Debate started at 3 and ended at 4:30 p.m. And we had debate twice a week. This seems like a lot of time, but we didn't have a lot of time because we would get distracted a few times and there'd be visitors who come in and ask us a few questions which could waste our time. Each year we have a different case, and this year we had school integration. Our cases were this thick, and that was a lot of paper because we were supposed to write a summary of each page and we were supposed to memorize it. We also had to learn both sides of the case because during the actual debate, they wouldn't tell us beforehand what side we're on. They'd tell us 5 minutes before the debate and we'll only have 5 minutes to prepare. This wasn't a lot of time. This was also hard because during the actual debate, we would get confused on what side we're on, so then we'll give the other side some hints, which would cause us to lose. Our teacher taught us many things. He taught us techniques and he made us debate against our own team members to see if we could improve on something that we've kind of failed at doing. This leads me to my next topic, debate practice. First, we would gather at the spot where we were going to debate at. For example, once we went to the Suffolk University. There were about 10 schools that gathered there, and we would wait for all of them to get there before it starts. When debate starts, they'll give us a small intro where they would talk about how our day is going to go and what our schedule looks like. Then debate starts. They give a small paper which tells us who are partners from our team, who we're going against, and what room number we're going, and what side we're on. We would quickly rush to our rooms and wait for our judge and our opponent to get there. We couldn't go in the room without the judge being present with us. So we would have to wait. Sometimes it would take hours and we would just have to sit waiting for hours, which would cause us to end late. Each debate was 45 minutes long, and this was a lot of time because all we had to do was talk. But then it gets even worse. We had 3 of these debates, so we had to talk for a total of 135 minutes. This is a lot of time for just talking. And we had to talk from our case, and we would get distracted a lot, and we would get tired from just talking. In between each debate, we would have a 5-minute break where we would have snack, and we would talk about how our debate went. After all 3 debates finished, we would have lunch. We would gather at the meeting spot and wait and eat our lunch. Sometimes we didn't like the food there, so we would bring our own snacks from home, which we would eat. While we wait for the award ceremony, we would have little games that we play. For example, we would take chocolate balls, which we would throw into the air and try to catch them with our mouth. This was very fun, but it was also intense because then the award ceremony starts. The award ceremony was when people who won all 3 debates get an award. This was intense because we were last and they would announce the winners at the end, which would make it very intense. Then there were also awards for team awards. For example, if your team did very good at a group and there were many people who won all 3 debates and there were a few who won 2, then we would get a team award. There were also spirit awards that were given for doing a good job even though you didn't win. But we didn't really pay attention to these. This leads me to my next topic, how debate was useful. Debate was useful in many ways. For example, I learned how to debate. At first, I just thought that debate was just only talking about nonsense. For example, I like cake. No, I like ice cream. But then I learned that they talk about important stuff. I also learned how to convince people. For example, we had to convince our judge to pick our side so we could win the debate. I also learned how to counter our opponent, which made our argument stronger, which led us to win. With these skills, I could use both of these skills and convince my dad or my mom to get me something that I really want. I could convince them and counter all their arguments, which makes my argument stronger. These skills can also help me in the future because if I want to be a lawyer or a politician or anything related to debate, then I would already know what I'm doing and I wouldn't be scared to talk in front of anyone that I don't know. Before debate, I wouldn't talk in front of anyone that I never met before. But after a few real debates, I learned how to talk to other people that I never knew. Because we had to talk to people who weren't from our school or our district. In conclusion, I talked about debate. The 3 points that I addressed today were debate practice, the actual debate, and how debate was useful. I chose this topic because I really like debate and I thought it was really interesting. And I suggest that you should take debate once in your life if you're children. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Awesome, good job.